Is anyone going to be on the line?
Will be able to hear us?
Don't know. We'll soon find out.
Well, there you go. Try and stay
Are
in
you
shot.
going to record if no one comes on? Swear. Please don't swear.
Evening.
Hello.
I can't imagine this. Yes, hi. Yeah, it's just
Our
it's
fan
us,
club's
it's
turned
us,
up.
It's all right. Cheers.
Cheers. Where are we? What's the name of this place?
Well, this is in the metadata, so
Oh, is
they
it?
will know. Yeah, we're at the other
Is
palace.
is that one person online?
Yeah, we got a watcher.
Who'd have thought it?
This time of night, 20 to 10. Who is it? Hi.
Hi. What's your name? Where'd you come from?
Oh, they've gone. There's not a mistake. Two
There's
people.
Two people online.
Anyway.
So,
I'm drinking
the other lager.
the other lager because we're at the other palace, which is a theatre in Victoria, in London. And we've been out for some culture.
Yeah, we've been enjoying the arts tonight, haven't we?
You know us. We went to see Showstoppers. It is late. It's later than we expected, to be honest.
Who's that?
The Dean. Yeah, it's later than we expected. But, hi.
We had a fair bit going on.
Yeah. Had a busy day. We managed to grab a quick bite of dinner, and then just across the road from our hotel was the Showstoppers. And if you've never seen the Showstoppers, I'd thoroughly recommend it. Paul's seen them before. I hadn't. But they improvise a musical every night.
Yeah, so they take suggestions from the audience. So this is in the West End of London, so you're in Theatreland anyway. So they take suggestions on types of musicals or composers of musicals from the audience, and
Locations.
they try and weave them into two 45-minute acts. And it's very, very good. How they do it, I don't really know.
Improvising a play is one thing. Improvising comedy is another.
And singing.
Improvising singing and comedy, incredible. And Irish dancing.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good.
So I was completely in awe. And I was chatting to two people next to me who'd never been before. Well, one person had seen before. But they were of the opinion that it was too good to not be scripted.
Oh, really?
One of them was. Yeah,
weren't convinced.
Said, I'm loving it, but I'm not convinced that they haven't scripted some of this. And I was trying to explain that they've got techniques that will help them. I'm sure they have, and this is their job. You know, this is how they get so good at it. They do it every day. But also part of it, I think, is just believing that you can do it and you will do it.
Yeah, a lot of it is, there are tricks, there's a lot of repetition, a lot of callbacks to old they won't always think of new things, they reintroduce old songs, so especially at the end, don't want to spoil it for everyone, but they'll tie back to a song that they've done earlier on.
Yeah.
So, and if they're really struggling for words, you notice they repeat a verse or repeat a chorus. But there's a lot of them on stage as well, so they can bounce ideas or bounce things or ideas off each other.
Yeah.
Off each other.
Only 1 out of the 6 needs to come up with something. But I think, it's related to what we were doing today in a way. Coaching's a little bit improv-y in that you can't script what someone's going to come to you with. You can't script how a conversation's going to go.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to trust the process in a way and just roll with it. And see where it goes, and believe that it will go somewhere good, and also believe that you have the ability and the capability to deal with wherever it goes.
But again, you're looking for cues, aren't you? Audible cues, visual cues from your client or whoever you're speaking to. Opportunities to not to dominate, but to add.
But I'll tell you one thing I noticed, and one of the things I noticed that I think helped them, and I think helps a lot of teams and a lot of coaches, is keeping it simple. So they didn't try to overcomplicate it with ridiculously long words.
No.
So it's easier to rhyme a simple word and build a simple word into a song than it is to build a complicated word into a song. I think keeping coaching simple, keeping work simple, makes it more effective.
So there is a technique, and I've done some song improv.
Give us a song. Give us a venue. Give us a musical
suggestions from the audience.
And Paul will improvise right now.
No, Paul won't. I'm not good enough at it. There are, some of the cast are actually in here now. For you to get. I'm tempted to get them over, but no. But jazz. But a lot of it is about thinking. You only need to think of 2 words that rhyme.
Yeah.
Think of the first word, and then obviously you use the first word on your first line. You just got to think of a word that rhymes with the second and the fourth line. So it is a lot more simple than it might appear. A lot of it is fear. Is people are ruled by looking stupid, looking wrong, and if you get past the fear of being wrong or stupid, then it doesn't really matter what you say.
Yeah.
As long as there was lines in that probably fell flatter than they would want.
Well, going wrong has two benefits. So first of all, the woman who thought it was too good to not be scripted, I actually joked with her and said, so what, you actually want them to screw up to prove that it's real?
People do.
And so that helps.
That's natural.
But also a lot of the better engagement they got from the audience was when they struggled to find a word that rhymed, or they went got something wrong.
They spilled over each other's words.
Yeah.
Or people enjoy that. And that makes people seem normal.
Yeah. Like one of the characters was too keen to get involved that he realised he was acting out a character and was going to start abusing his own position.
His own wife. Yeah.
And that just caused more hilarity.
Yeah.
Rather than shame.
That's good. So if anyone watching this or even watching this on repeat are in London or anywhere near London, the showstopper. We're not on commission for this, by the way, but the showstoppers are here until the 16th of March in the Other Palace Theatre. What street are we on?
Palace Street. That's Palace Street. That is Palace Street.
It's literally by Buckingham Palace. So 6 people online, Geoff. That's probably a record for us.
This is the time of day to do it.
We didn't ask, didn't we, before what time of day people would like to do the live stuff. So, and this was completely kind of howdy, cowboy.
That's Corey.
Oh, Corey.
Is that Corey Bryan?
Hi, Corey. I haven't said what I'm drinking, by the way. It looks. It is. So this looks like it is like this, Diet Coke, but it's got a drop of vodka in it.
Just a drop.
It's a drop of vodka in there. Don't know what vodka. I think it's Belvedere vodka.
No.
We'll take it.
Syrup.
All tastes the same to me.
Syrup. It was you. All the cricket. Oh dear, is the cricket going badly? Oh dear. Cricket's going badly.
So we talk about some agile stuff.
We talked about some agile stuff. Go on, man. Give us a topic. We'll improvise.
Any questions from the audience?
Come on, we got Robin, we got the Dean, we got Corey. Who else have we got? Wendy's has a good final few others. Give us an agile topic and a musical style and a location. I wonder if everybody else can see the comments coming, or it's just us.
Component teams. Go. Okay.
Well, all right then. So, component teams, functional specialists who are excellent at one particular thing. The opposite of what we saw tonight.
Yeah,
I would say. So
you've got musicians. So there is a musical element to this.
Yes.
There was 3 musical. The music was provided. The lighting was provided by a specialist.
True.
So the things that you can see off stage, those are still things that have to make that work.
True.
Notice as well. So there's a narrator who kind of gives you.
Do you think he was the same narrator every time? Or do you
no,
rotate
so I know that they're rotating.
Okay, yeah.
So Pippa, who's over there, she sometimes
Who's on first name terms?
check me out. But other people, so they switch the narrator, but they don't generally switch the musicians. But they have, so the narrator tonight, I can't remember his name, but he also was playing the guitar. I don't even know, he was adding accompaniment.
So he's still T-shaped.
But this is the thing that a lot of people, careful, I say a lot of people, there's a common assumption from a lot of the coursework that we get around, one of the questions we ask is, make an argument between feature teams and component teams. And it seems like the agile answer is feature teams. Yet, still within agile organisations, there could well be a place for component teams.
Yeah.
And in balance with feature teams. And I think that's actually quite a healthy thing.
Okay.
To have an element of kind of technical or expertise for complex area that perhaps needs a sense of maybe a shorter cadence to get more emergency or more tactical fixes done within a complex technical space.
Component teams more valuable in the obvious domain, complicated domain rather than complex domain.
We're onto a bit of connecting now.
So I'm not putting down that. I'm saying that if you can analyse and you can perfect
it's
something.
more of a known area, isn't it? It's more of a known component. So I want to do a value stream map to show what the weight states. Oh, it's disappeared.
Can't get it. Oh,
that's back.
Oh, look at that.
I want to do a value stream map to show the weight states between the component teams. Done that before. Any tips? Trying to show why feature teams are better, in my opinion.
So you want to run an experiment to prove something that you already believe.
To disprove that component teams are useful.
I think you should run any experiment with an open mind that you might be wrong. But running value stream mapping. So for me, there's the two big differences, or the big difference between the two states are efficiency and effectiveness. So component teams are very good at being efficient, or should be very good. They are capable of becoming very, very efficient. Feature teams probably won't. They won't be efficient. There will actually be quite a bit of dead time in feature teams.
Yeah.
But they will be more effective. They will get more value done rather than be more utilised. And I'm saying between complex and complicated. So if you can perfect something, if you can work out how to do something the right way and be effective in a somewhat predictable environment, then a component team probably do a better result. I also think it's a relation to definition of done as well. If you've got a Scrum team that can't get done, then having a component team to cover the aspects of the life cycle that are outside of done is probably the best way to deal with an imperfect scenario.
I also wonder whether there's an attraction or a repulsion, if that's the right word, opposite of attraction.
Yeah.
For people to work in those teams. I'm a bit disconnected now because I haven't developed for a long time, but I wonder.
Well, there are two different types of benefit, I think. And so you can get a lot of stuff done very quickly and focus if you're in a component team. You can get very, very good at something, and you have a bit more certainty, a bit more predictability.
But is that an attractive? That's what I'm saying. Is
That's
that an attractive thing to a developer that I can see? There's a growth of knowledge in a particular area. I can become more specialised.
Yeah. And I can get deeper, and I can get.
And there's maybe a reward in that.
And
a recognition in that.
There's a comfort there as well.
Yeah.
There's a comfort. But equally, there's you don't really grow wide. You grow deep. And so for people who get bored quite quickly, feature teams give them exposure to other areas.
Yeah.
So I think it's a different, and I would be attracted by both of those personally. At different times. I'd like to have something a little bit more predictable and repeatable, and work with peers on something and develop an expertise in something. But I do also get bored. And and the idea of pitching in and doing something that I'm not an expert at, but I'm able to contribute, I like that as well.
That's a fair point.
In terms of mapping out a value stream, Corey, are there any tips on doing that? Just observe, watch, follow the, not follow the money, but follow the ticket. Ooh, there's something else there. I missed that. How'd you get it back? Cheers, Jamie.
Jamie, I have to say thank you to Jamie. I met Jamie for the first time last week.
Last week.
At a user group meeting. And it's the first time I've ever been to a user group meeting where someone has met me with alcohol.
They gave you a gift.
Jamie gave me a bottle of, I can't remember the name of it now, but it's a Devonshire cider.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I haven't opened it yet, Jamie, but it's in my fridge at home. I shall have it over the weekend, I imagine. But thank you for that, Jamie. Nice to meet you. Long-time listener, long-time follower of the podcast.
Yeah. Any other Agile topics? I think we've done component team score. We've nailed that one. Smashed that one out of the park. He did say we might get more people from across the pond.
Yeah, we've got 9 people.
It's almost like a community.
It's almost like this thing's working.
Get double figures, we've made it.
I'm assuming people can hear us okay, given that people are asking questions.
It is quite noisy in here.
Yeah, so we apologise for the background noise. It's more of a posh pub for us as well. It feels quite posh in here.
Yeah, it's a gin palace, technically. A gin palace.
They do lots of cocktails. There's a show. Have you seen the Showstopper cocktail?
I saw improvised cocktails. Go to the bar. It's part of the show. You can ask them to improvise you a cocktail. So then you give them. You're gonna get one. Team agreements, best way of recording what's been agreed.
Oh, there's a question.
The noise is part of the show.
So the cocktail is quince gin, creme de fraiche. What's that? Creme de fraise. That's strawberry. And cream, lemon, and fresh strawberries.
That's their cocktail, but you can
improvise your own.
There we are. Okay. Team agreements, best way of recording what's been agreed. Next level ScrumMaster, technical master, or coaching certification. All right. So there's 2 different ones there. Team agreements, best way of recording what's been agreed, and should the Scrum Master's next level of focus should be around technical competence or coaching competence. I have a pretty strong feeling about the last one.
Let's start with the first one then.
Okay.
Team agreements, how to record them.
Best way of recording them. I've got this is my phone. I can't show it. We've got a poster on as you come down the stairs at my house. As you come down the stairs from upstairs to downstairs, there's a bit of wall there, and we've got a poster on there that the 4 of us created. There's now 5 of us, but 4 of us created. My wife, me, my son, and my daughter. Of our team, like our family values, things that we believe we stand for and we believe in as a family. And like we have fun, we are the good guys, we make mistakes, we apologise, those kinds of things. And I think you see quite a lot of those things around now. But that's something that we all see every day. Every time we go downstairs.
You think you can remember them now?
I can remember a lot of them, yeah. And I think that's however you record them, having them somewhere that you see them regularly, just burns them into your conscience, if you like, almost subliminally. I know, where was it? Can't remember the name. Can't remember what company it was now. But they had in the toilets, the company toilets, they had around the mirror, the sort of corporate values type thing. In terms of capturing them and displaying them, I think that's secondary to the actual formation of them.
I think if they're done well, reinforced and well facilitated, I think they should be quite memorable.
We were doing doing something today around team values, and one of the things that we pushed the group to do today was to really make them specific. So we started off with the conversation about, what, as a team, what do you believe in, what do you stand for, what kind of team do you want to be? And then we asked them to say, well, how will you know you're actually living those values or not? What are you actually prepared to commit to doing at a behavioural level to put those values into practice? And we asked them to create statements that said, we commit to X, Y, Z. And the response was that was a big thing for them. That was quite difficult for them to do, but quite powerful. Even if those commitments are relatively superficial, it's bringing it home that they actually have to do something.
Yeah. And the other the interesting thing is when you call people out on them.
Yeah. That's
probably when they become more real. Because it's easy to write them down, say them once, and then never look at them again. But if they are specific enough, that's not easy to be broken, but you can identify them. Because you've done it's on a different kind of forum, but you've asked to be called. You've asked. I remember you did this. You asked, "Call me out when I do this."
Yeah.
It's almost like giving everyone permission to say, "If I do this, call me out on it." And if it happens, then all of a sudden everyone goes, "Oh, crikey!" Or it can, like in a team meeting, if people are using the laptops, and I'll say, "Can you turn your laptop off, please?" It's like that's all. That's the reminding people of that. That's actually something we agreed to here.
But then how that person reacts to it is key. Because when somebody, if I've asked to be called out on not doing something or on doing something that I said I didn't want to do, and my response is defensive, or I sort of make an excuse for it, or I make the person who's called me out on it feel awkward or guilty, then it's less likely to happen again. So I really try and make a point of thanking that person, not only for going out of their way and doing what is probably uncomfortable for them. No one really likes doing that, but also for what it allows me to do to correct my behaviour and adopt a different behaviour. Then that's more likely to happen again. So, long way around. If you can make it visible, brilliant. If you can put it in a format that people take notice of, brilliant. But more importantly making it memorable. And the more specific and actionable, and just repetition, just almost daily assessing how are we doing with these things. And even if you have managed to do those behaviours or meet those commitments or live those values, just find one example of where you could have done it a little bit more. Because that then just makes it okay. It normalises the idea of imperfection, and it normalises the idea of continuous improvement.
Second question.
Technical or coaching?
I know where you stand on this.
Yeah, so you go.
I'll play devil's advocate on this thing, because I know where you're going to come from. So I'll fight the corner here on technical. Let's debate this. So the value of a technical Scrum Master is they can be a advantage as an extra pair of technical eyes on a problem.
Yeah.
They can give a perspective. They can maybe give a more systems thinking look at a problem and then understand it from a technical standpoint. In Nokia, certainly, when I would know the words in Nokia, there was a kudos and a kind of a go-to person as a Scrum Master. Technically had an awareness of, so the production system went down, there was Scrum Masters that I worked with, this was not me by the way, Scrum Masters I worked with that would be able to nail, well, it would be probably this, or this. And those are the people that are attracted to problems because they generally would be able to discover something quite, analyse, problem solve, fault check quite quickly. That's an advantage, having a more global view of the problem rather than an individual view of the solution.
Okay. I think if you offered me the choice, the opportunity to have technical knowledge would I take it?
I think we're biased as well because we've never been technical.
You have.
Not technical enough.
When you were introduced to me, you were introduced as Java guru Paul Goddard.
Yes. But no, we've never been. I know some very good Scrum Masters who were very technical and had a level of respect that I would never have got from their team because they could talk on a level technically with their Scrum Master.
Yeah. I'm internally struggling with this. If I could push a button and I could give myself technical skills and knowledge, would I do it?
But you're not interested by technical things.
Well, no, because I don't do it. But I quite enjoyed it when I did. So years and years ago, I went on a SQL Server course in a Visual Basic. I quite enjoyed it.
You can write SQL statements,
yeah,
can't you?
I did a few now and again.
Select all from.
Yeah, I did that. Select statements. That's about all I remember. But I quite enjoyed it.
Select star.
Select star. So my argument has always been I'd be too tempted or too blinded by what I know to be neutral, to be objective. And I think my naivety, my lack of knowledge, I consider that to be a help. But is that my cognitive bias kicking in and justifying my ignorance? I don't know. I'd really like to think that I could have that knowledge and still be neutral. But I know from other areas of my life that I struggle to be neutral when I do have some knowledge. So sports coaching, for example, I find it a lot harder to be neutral. And I default too quickly to passing on technique or knowledge or whatever.
Robin says technical knowledge can be useful if you know when you are wearing an SM hat. It's gone. It's gone. When you are wearing a technical hat, an SM hat, and when you are not, ensuring that SM is servant leader. Yeah, true.
I'd love to be able to do that. I think. I just don't trust myself enough.
Maybe it's a physical hat you could wear.
Yeah.
To say, look, do you want me to? And ask the team the question: Do you want me to answer this from a technical viewpoint or from a neutral Scrum Master viewpoint? Missed that. That was another comment. This is good. We've got loads of comments, Geoff.
Yeah, you can ask stupid questions without fear or favour. That's what I believe, that you can actually be obviously ignorant. I'm not faking my lack of knowledge.
No, I know. But I think again, just bring back to Nokia as an example. There was if I was to summarise this as a facial expression, if I came across as stupid or naive, there'd be not everyone, but there'd be a kind of I'll do that better. So that kind of response that's what you're slowing us down, that type of thing. And but okay, it lends itself back to what we were talking about today about our desire to solve solutions fast. So I think it does fuel that need. An extra problem solver, technically, could solve a technical, complicated problem faster. Get more engineers around the problem because there is a solution. We just need an extra pair of hands to produce it.
Yeah. And Toyota, they're
very much so.
Very much the technical chief engineer. I always had a problem with that.
But they labelled that was the chief engineer was basically the Scrum Master role, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like a guru.
Yeah. I think Ken Schraber was, because he was technical, wasn't he? He was small talk. He kind of viewed that as not a bad thing, and Jeff Sutherland views it as not a bad thing. Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's dangerous. I think more bad can come of it than more good can come of it. Potentially. There's a bigger downside than there is a bigger upside, in my view. But it's possible.
Everything's possible. We've got about 5 minutes left. Any more questions? You can ask us anything within reason.
AMA. What's the thing? AMA. Ask me.
5 minutes left.
Good theatre, this.
Should use of mine.
Bad neck.
That's my offer there. I'll get some improvisers
What's in the
over.
box?
About to do my first user group presentation. Any tips?
For topics or presentation?
Give us some more details, Robin. I know you're probably typing frantically, but is it a short lightning talk? Is it a long session on presentation?
It's got this topic.
Talk slow. Be natural. That's it. That's easy to say, isn't it? Be natural. Be yourself. Most people tend to speed up when they're nervous. Slow down. It's presentation
30
tips.
minutes on a blog post. So you know the topic.
Yeah.
So don't second guess yourself. I think the biggest mistake that people make is they assume that they're there to, the audience is there to trip you up. I think that's most people's concerns with these things. Yeah, go slower than you think you should.
Enjoy it. Smile.
Make a connection with people.
No, I won't say that.
Well,
I won't say that. No, it's not appropriate.
okay. It's the vodka talking.
It's not appropriate. It's a tip that I was given by an improv teacher years ago. I've told you about it. It's not appropriate right now.
No, that's harsh because there's an in-joke and you're deliberately excluding it. Now you've got to make something up and pretend that that's what we were talking about.
Use emotion. Use emotion. There's my tip.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of, at the moment, this big thing at the moment for me is positive affirmations. So imagine, not necessarily imagine, but repeat all the things that are positive about what you're doing. So tell yourself regularly that you know the topic.
Yeah.
That people don't want you to fail.
No.
All the things that you can think of that are true and also helpful, list them out and just repeat them to yourself regularly. Practice breathing. Obviously practice what you want to say. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it.
It's good. Good luck, Robin.
Where's the talk?
It's like a really long satellite delay.
Yeah, it's like The Martian.
Hello, Robin. Robin, come in.
Morse code.
Well, it's in Agile Leeds.
Leeds are a nice crowd.
Yeah. They'll look after you. Yeah.
Hometown.
Don't be afraid to say you don't know. No one's perfect. Be vulnerable. Be yourself. Be natural. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Set yourself some realistic. Cheers, Corey. Set yourself some realistic success bar as well. Another mistake that a lot of people make is they. It's not a conscious thing, but they assume that their presentation has to be perfect. Their talk has to be perfect. Nobody gives a perfect presentation. You watch some of the best presenters in the world. In fact, there was a really good video recently about some guy. It's going to be quite vague, but it was some guy who'd just been elected. I'm going to say to senator somewhere in America, and he was doing his sort of acceptance speech, like thanks speech. And one of his kids came on stage, that toddler. You see this? And so his wife and his older kids were in the front row, and his little kid, like, sort of wandering on with his blanket and stuff, wanders onto the stage and completely breaks the guy's flow. But he runs with it and he makes a few jokes about it. And his wife's trying to say to the toddler, come off the stage. And he just, and then he picks him up and starts talking about, how family's really important and you've got to look after the parents. Parents have a hard job, and everyone laughs and has a joke about it. Look that up. It's quite good. How you cope with the unexpected and cope with failure. Have a little, just embrace the moment. A bit like the improv that we were talking about earlier on.
That's what Richard Branch said to me. Was The mistakes is the gold. That's where the real stuff is. When you make mistakes, that's where the magic happens.
Look forward to the mistakes. Anyway, our time to go. It's
Finish up.
quite late.